Hey, what's up? How we doing? Matt Modi here with OddsJam. Just giving you some early bets to lock in for the NFL Week 17 betting slate. Normally, this is the last week of the year, but now that they added a 17th game, now Week 18 is the last week, and this is the second to last week. Very exciting stuff. But regardless, as soon as odds get posted, there is value to be found in the market. Getting on lines early can be very, very profitable. Now, obviously, it's not going to work out 100% of the time in your favor, but if you can get on a line early, you can really take advantage of sportsbooks that have mispriced lines in the market, right? The sharp sportsbooks are going to update their lines more quicklier to reflect the accurate nature of the betting landscape, whereas the sportsbooks that aren't so sharp, that have higher limits, that don't accept as much action, are going to be slower to catch up. So again, if you can get on a line early, it can be really valuable. An example of this, and we can just get right into it, is this Miami Dolphins money line. It's just a straight up money line play against the Patriots. So the bet is at minus 110 odds at BetMGM. So there's a couple things to note here, right? First things first, you want to look at the math. So the OddsJam No Vig Odds prices this to be at about minus 111, minus 112, minus 112 and a half, something like that. And the way it works is OddsJam back-tested thousands of betting opportunities, just trying to figure out what sportsbooks consistently do the best job, which sportsbooks are consistently the sharpest over a long stretch of time. So not anecdotally, not yesterday or a couple days, but a large sample size of actual bets themselves over a large sample size of time. So getting this information saying, okay, historically, these X amount of sportsbooks do the best job at pricing odds. We're going to use them to set the market moving forward, while also this is for current betting opportunities, scanning lines across all of the major sportsbooks, finding out where sportsbooks have odds that are mispriced to the sharp sportsbooks. And that's exactly what we have here. So as soon as I see a bet on the positive EV page, I compare the no vig odds to the bet that I am placing. In this case, it's the Miami Dolphins money line. I know this because it's bolded and it has the little blue rectangle around it. Anywhere you see this on a positive EV play, this is basically saying, hey, bet me. This should be sirens flashing saying, hey, bet me, bet this right here. So this is the first thing I look at, right? What the no vig odds are compared to the bet. But before I even think about placing a bet, the next thing that I do is if you click open a play, so you highlight, have you noticed where if I highlight anywhere over the play, the screen turns blue, right? The shade's blue. If you just click into this, just click the mouse, it pulls up where every sportsbook is pricing odds for this play. And the goal here is trying to determine whether the bet that I am placing is an outlier compared to the rest of the betting market. And in this case, the answer is yes. Right off the bat, we see best odds, what we got at minus 110 at BetMGM. The average odds price this at minus 120. So this isn't the end all be all. I don't just look at average versus best, but this is a good sign, right? The fact that the average odds price this 10 cents higher is a good sign. But then I compare to the sports books, right? See where every market prices this. Pinnacle is the closest at minus 114. Then we have PointsBet at minus 115. And then the rest of the sports books are in the minus 120s, right? Caesars, DraftKings, FanDuel, Betfred, BetOnline, BetRivers, Bookmaker, and Pinnacle. And when you're comparing a mainline bet, such as this, point spread, money line, a total, there are three sharp sports books that you want to make sure that you're an outlier to the average of these three: Pinnacle, Bookmaker, and BetOnline. So BetOnline is the most favorable towards the Dolphins at minus 129. And when I say favorable, I mean their chances of winning. Bookmaker is a little bit in the middle at minus 122, and then Pinnacle is closer to the Dolphins line, or the BetMGM line at minus 114. So the reality is they should probably be priced somewhere in between these three books, right? Probably closer to the Bookmaker line in this specific case at about minus 120, right? 7 cents higher on BetOnline at minus 129, 8 cents lower at Pinnacle at minus 114. This is probably a good barometer. Well, that's still 12 cents higher than what we got it at and close to the average odds. So this is a good play, especially a money line play like this where the market is such a tight market that any small advantages you can find on a money line play is very valuable. So this is going to be the first pick for this video, Miami Dolphins money line against the Patriots minus 110. I know the Dolphins have been scuffling recently. So of the Patriots have lost in 2 back-to-back brutal ways, while the Dolphins, just their offense kind of imploded. But the data is telling me, the math is telling me to take the Dolphins, so I'm going to trust the data 100% of the time. The next play that we're going to go ahead and lock in here is the Carolina Panthers plus 3.5, minus 118 at FanDuel. This is a FanDuel bet. The OddsJam Perfect line prices this at about minus 118.3, so 30.3 cents higher. And that's still a good value, right? Even the smaller edges you can find can still be valuable. Just compare them to the rest of the markets. So yeah, Bet Rivers is closer at minus 122, but Pinnacle, Sharp Sportsbook at minus 131, XBet, just a random sportsbook at minus 140, and PointsBet at minus 135. So the majority of the sportsbooks, 3 out of the 4, price it closer to the Pinnacle line as an outlier towards the FanDuel and the Bet Rivers line. And even as close as Bet Rivers is, it's still not a plus EV play, which shows you the small edges you can get, how valuable they can be, right? Like if FanDuel didn't exist, if it was just their other sportsbooks, there would be no plus EV play here, right? Because the Bet Rivers line, despite being closer, is still not profitable. And the Bucks, I mean, they almost lost to the freaking Cardinals on their 3rd string quarterback. The Bucks are awful. And the data telling me to take the Panthers, I love that. I'll trust the data 100% of the time, like I mentioned. So this is going to be my second pick for this video and the final one for this video. Obviously, as more odds get posted, more videos will get posted as well, giving you sharp bets for the NFL slate. So definitely make sure to subscribe to the OddsJam YouTube channel. But as far as this video goes, that's all I got for you. So definitely lock in these 2 bets. If you do, comment and let me know, and have a good one.